PPT കാണുന്നുണ്ടോ അപ്പോൾ?
യെസ് സർ, കാണാൻ പറ്റുന്നുണ്ട്.
ഓക്കെ. Okay, good afternoon everybody, dear principal, dear coordinator and faculty members of Department of Statistics and Mathematics and college, my dear students. Today we are celebrating Statistics Day celebration 2021, the date 29 June 2021. So I would like to talk to you some advances in statistics from the beginning of the era of Professor P.C. Mahalanobis in India. I'm not focusing on all worldwide statistics. I am focusing on Indian statistics and their applications. So, you know, Professor Chandra Mahalanobis, he is the person behind this seminar. Okay. In recognition of the notable contribution made by Professor Chandra Mahalanobis in the field of economic planning and statistical development in the post-independent era, that means after 1947. That means at the beginning of the Indian Central Ministry, the government of India has decided to designate 29th June every year, which coincide with the birth anniversary of Professor P.C. Mahalanobis, and it is named as Statistics Day, and it is categorized in the special day to be celebrated at the national level. So today we can see in our WhatsApp group, in our friendship community, you can see in most of the colleges, most of the government departments, most of the industries connected with the statistics are celebrating today as Statistics Day. That is actually birthday of the father of Indian statistics, Professor P.C. Mahalanobis. So how he became a father, or what was the activities of P.C. Mahalanobis? Have you heard about the history of the P.C. Mahalanobis, or have you heard about the statistics, history of statistics, development of statistics of Indian statistics? So we will look into that in brief. Usually, as you know, you know that in our WhatsApp group we can see several seminars, webinars, quiz competitions, and talks, discussions, everything are going on. So this day is celebrated by holding seminars, discussions, competitions to highlight the importance of official statistics in national development. So the need of this type of seminars, or organizing this type of seminar, is for the national development. So I congratulate the team behind this seminar for organizing such a seminar that will be fruitful for the student community and the researchers. I think that will happen. Anyway, first of all, I wish you the Statistics Day celebration, and now let us look at the role played by Professor P.C. Mahalanobis. Okay, in statistics, in pure theory, he is best remembered for the Mahalanobis distance. It is a statistical measure. Okay, this is a statistical measure, like it is a multivariate measure, like variance or standard deviation in the multivariate setup. So he is known for the Mahalanobis distance. So that is a statistical measure in multivariate statistics theory. Okay, that is his main contribution towards the statistical theory. Apart from that, Mahalanobis distance theory, he has contributed much to the survey, census, and data collection, analysis, interpretation in the region of Bengal, and later on for the entire country, India. That was survey, analysis, interpretation, reports, everything. Okay, that contains that type of activities. So his contribution, first contribution is Mahalanobis distance, and second contribution. So what will be the second contribution? He was one of the member of first Planning Commission of India. You know, in the Jawaharlal Nehru, first Prime Minister of India was Jawaharlal Nehru, and in his team he was one of the member for the first Planning Commission of India. Before the independence, we don't have any ministry like that. Now we have a ministry for statistical planning and program implementation. Okay. So after PC Mahalanobis, there was a tremendous change in central ministry, state ministry, and various departments. This is only because of the commitments and activities done by Professor PC Mahalanobis. Okay, he was the key person behind that. So Jawaharlal Nehru entrusted him to do certain activities, that is planning. So you know, for a development of country, 1 minute. Okay, for the development of country, at the beginning you should have planning. It should be optimized with available funding and available resources. So how can we plan? So that is entrusted to the statistician, so-called Professor PC Mahalanobis. And moreover, his third contribution is he made pioneering studies in anthropology in India. So I have already mentioned that he had conducted several surveys on anthropology, and he had conducted several studies in using some surveys. So that is the third contribution of Professor PC Mahalanobis. Moreover, that being a student or being a teacher, being a researcher, we should remember him because of the foundation of Indian Statistical Institute. You know, in India, this is one of the premier institute like IIT, IISc, and hundreds of researchers are employed at foreign countries who were studied at Indian Statistics Institute, who were acquired their master course in statistics, PhD course in statistics, BS course in statistics from Indian Statistical Institutes. We have several Indian Statistical Institute. I will come to the later. Another contribution of PC Mahalanobis was he contributed to the design of large-scale sample surveys. We are studying design of analysis of experiments in our degree classes, in our PG classes, in our research. Regularly meeting with ANOVA, analysis of variance, t-test, everything. So the main contribution for that type of tests are from Professor PC Mahalanobis. Okay. So we should remember his contributions, and we should at least go through these points in this day, especially about his contributions and his activities in this day. So we shall move to the being a student or being a researcher, being a statistician, we should concentrate at first the development of Indian Statistical Institute. Okay, you know, this is the picture of Professor PC Mahalanobis reading something, and Okay, I don't know whether you have seen this figure in any newspaper or any portraits or so this is taken from Indian Statistical Institute, and this is the inauguration of Indian Statistical Institute. And Professor PC Mahalanobis leading Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi for the inauguration. You can see the building. That is the building. So you can see that is the oldest building. This is another picture with Indira Gandhi spending some type of discussions, maybe on planning. Okay, Indian for the first ministry, maybe the discussions of planning. We don't know exactly what is the situation behind this picture. You can see he's reading some articles and discussing with some statisticians. He was involved in high quality research. He was joined with the father of statistics, Professor R.A. Fisher. This is the construction of Indian Statistical Institute, Calcutta. You can see some construction materials. These are oldest photos, so there is no such clarity. At the same time, I took from Indian Statistical Institute. This is a discussion with a researcher. I don't know the name of that researcher. Anyway, this is a discussion with the researcher in UK. With Jawaharlal Nehru, you can see maybe there's some discussion about planning of Indian what is that future. In a class, you can see him in a class. He is attending a class or maybe asking some questions. I don't know whether what is going on. Yeah, this is a figure with Professor R. Fisher. The central, you can see in the central position of that photo, Professor R. Fisher. So with him, he joined for the research, but later on he came back. He could not complete the research with Professor R. Fisher. Anyway, he had some discussions with Professor R. Fisher during that period. So that is so you have seen some figures or photos. We can remember Professor P.C. Mahalanobis, the activities of the P.C. Mahalanobis by seeing that pictures. Anyway, let us come to the development of Indian Statistical Institute. So first Prime Minister of India, Sri Jawaharlal Nehru, entrusted P.C. Mahalanobis to begin Indian Statistical Institute. As I mentioned earlier, Indian Statistical Institute is a premier institute in India, like IIT, IISc, IISER, etc. Hundreds of researchers acquired their PhD, acquired their PG courses from ISI, and they were employed at foreign universities. They are getting jobs at foreign universities. Okay, they are competing with the researchers at America, researchers at UK, researchers at what is it, China, etc. So that much capability they have. Okay, so this the beginning of the foundation is done by Professor P.C. Mahalanobis, and now we have several branches for the Indian Statistical Institute. Kolkata was the first branch, Bangalore, Delhi, Chennai, and we have one more branch recently, that in Guwahati. So in these branches you can study what type of study you can do: research, PhD work, postdoctoral work, PG, Master in Statistics, MStat, Master in Mathematics, Master in Economics, Master in Computer, etc. Several master degrees, especially Mathematics, Statistics, Computer, and Economics, etc. So you can study the PG courses at Indian Statistical Institute. There is degree courses, BStat, BMaths, etc. There are degree courses. There are diploma courses. 1 month course is there. 1 week course is there. Diploma certificate programs are there. So several programs are there, but they are high quality programs. In order to get admission there, usually we should have some hardworking mentality. If we work hard, we will get admission easily. So that is the something about Indian Statistical Institute, founded by Professor PC Mahalanobis. Okay. So one and only one Abel Prize winner. He's a product of Indian Statistical Institute. He's a statistician, but now he's at Korat Institute of Mathematical Sciences, USA. The name is SRS Vardhan. I have joined with him at International Congress on Mathematicians 2010. So he is the product of Indian Statistical Institute. So by that means this type of researchers or this type of faculty members are coming from Indian Statistical Institute. Okay. So you can remember the importance of such institute. In India, you can see for the statistics, that is the that is the institute for the statistics specialization. Okay, this is the figure of Indian Statistical Institute website. You can see that the link academics research. You can search further to know about the Indian Statistical Institute. Okay. C.R. Rao, he was also a product of Indian Statistical Institute. He's actually C.R. Rao. The contributions of C.R. Rao. He's the one of the faculty member at Indian Statistical Institute at the time of Professor P.C. Mahalanobis. Professor P.C. Mahalanobis selected him. Professor P.C. Mahalanobis selected C.R. Rao for the teaching at Indian Statistical Institute. So later on, the contributions made by C.R. Rao was very highly appreciated. He is he has written many books. He acquired several medals. Now he is in Penn State University, America, in the Department of Statistics as a emeritus professor. In India, we only have 65 years of service for the central employee. But in America, you can work till the deaths. So he lived there. He gets several facilities there. Okay, so the Sierra now working as emeritus professor at Penn State University, Eberly College of Science, Department of Statistics. I think you know the contributions of C.R. Rao. Okay, this is another person. He's in America now, but he studied at Kerala University, degree mathematics. He studied at University of Kerala, MSc Statistics in 1990. 1978. He acquired his PhD in 1983 from Indian Statistical Institute, and later on he moved to America, University of Maryland. Okay, he's a Malayali. Likewise, you can see many pupils are working at foreign universities, Central Institute, and universities of India and abroad, who have studied at least MS course in statistics or MS course in mathematics or PhD course in statistics or mathematics from any of the Indian Statistical Institute. So that type of human resource is developed by by or through the Indian Statistical Institute, that is actually founded by our PC Mahalanobis. Okay, so we can surely call he's a father of Indian statistics. Okay, this is the website of Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. I mentioned you earlier. Okay, so this is actually ministry. Okay, you know, for a statistic we have a ministry. We don't have any ministry for zoology, or we don't have ministry for botany. We don't have ministry for chemistry. So for statistics we have ministry. So who are getting the job at this ministry? The statisticians, the students who acquired BSc statistics or BSc mathematics or MSc statistics or MSc mathematics. So that is the criteria. Sometimes Government of India revising this criteria, sometimes incorporating the students from the economics background. So that depends upon the policies of Government of India. So this ministry is due to Professor PC Mahalanobis. What are the activities of this ministry? Major activities? You know, we are conducting census in every 10 years. So that is actually conducted by this ministry, under the guidance of this ministry. There are two departments, Central Statistical Office and National Sample Survey Organization. So using that departments, this ministry conducts various surveys, especially census. There are several surveys, special surveys that are conducted by this ministry through various departments, CSO, NSSO. The job at CSO, NSSO can be obtained by writing the UPSC examination, Indian Statistical Service, and the basic qualification is BSc Statistics or BSc Mathematics, and you can apply if you have BSc Statistics or BSc Mathematics for that PSC examination. If you qualify, you will get job there. You know the examination pattern and everything, you know, I think. So what I am saying is that this is due to Professor PC Mahalanobis. So this is actually so okay. Now when we come to the Kerala scenario, we have economics and statistics. Okay, the similar activities we are doing, the similar activities like CSSO and NSSO are doing. Okay, for example, we are collecting some data. We are collecting agricultural data. Government of Kerala through this Department of Economics and Statistics collecting data and analyzing and providing report in this website. You can see several reports. Okay, so this site is reserved for providing statistical reports for different problems. If you search in this website, you can see different reports. Okay, so this is the Kerala scenario of the government movements towards the statistics. Okay, so what are the major opportunities you have seen? Indian Statistics and Central Ministry, State Ministry, and moreover you can see Reserve Bank. In Reserve Bank you have several job opportunity, in different companies you have several job opportunities. So you can see that in Indian statistical service in India, in Indian ministry, we should have Indian statistical service to get a job in the administration level. You will get statistical invigilator job or statistical investigator job in the central ministry itself, under the department CSO and NSSO. So central ministry provide various job opportunities for the statistics degree student or mathematics or economics degree students. Okay, and in Reserve Bank of India you can see several job opportunities are there. Research officer, manager in certain divisions, not the general manager but manager in certain divisions. So you can write, I think the students from the commerce background, students from the economics background, students from the statistics and mathematics background can write their examination and acquire different type of jobs like this. Okay, research officer, manager in certain divisions, etc. In Kerala setup, you get research officer is there, statistical investigator is there, statistical invigilator is there, and apart from these government opportunities, you will get different opportunity in universities, colleges and +2 schools, teaching at universities, teaching at colleges, teaching at +2 level schools, etc. And moreover, the emerging, the data science is an emerging field in the area of statistics. You will get data scientist post or data analyst post in multinational companies if you study statistics or if you study mathematics or economics, commerce. So these are some opportunities. You can see several other opportunities are there, and you can go through that. Okay. So what is the use of statistics? What is the use of statistics? You can see that in the report of United Nations, especially in this COVID-19 situation, you can see that several diagrams, several graphs, several reports that are based on statistical analysis. You can see the report of Government of India, report of Agriculture Ministry under the Government of India, and you can see several reports in the website portal of National Sample Survey Organization and in the Central Statistical Office. Okay, we should know the statistics, or we should seek the help of statistics for conducting a survey and analysis. To do a good research, we should have some analysis in the field of commerce, in the field of economics, in the field of statistics, in the field of mathematics, in the field of biology, in the field of zoology, etc. You should do some analysis. What is the tool exactly? The statistics is the only tool for analyzing such data. Okay, so you need the help of statistics for the research outputs. To conduct a good PhD work, for example, for a student from commerce background, or student from psychology background, or student from economics background, their PhD thesis contains at least 3-4 chapters of statistical analysis. You can search that. To conduct a project at the degree level or PG level or MPhil level, you should know you should use the statistical tools. So in every field you can see the use of statistics. Without statistics we cannot draw informations. So government cannot make policies. To make a policy, they should have a report. How can we make it reported? Based on statistical analysis. There are several types of statistical analysis. we will come in brief in the latest slides. Yes, I mentioned you in World Health Organization, in the coronavirus disease pandemic situation, they have made several reports. They have several guidelines to these countries. They have given guidelines to the ministries of different countries. Okay, that are based on the data collected and report generated by statisticians. You can see that this is a time series data related to the COVID situation in the United States of America, in India, in Brazil, in Russian Federation. You can see different type of pattern of coronavirus disease number. Okay, this is a dashboard. So you will get at a glance some information about the current situation using this type of graphs. So this is actually time series plot, and that is actually a statistical tool. You can see some other type of graphs. Numbers are given there, month and date are given there, and the pattern is given there. So at a glance, at a single look, you can see that the status of the country. So how can we give that information? Only based on statistics, only using statistics. So this is the website of Reserve Bank of India. You can see hundreds of reports. I already mentioned you that several job opportunities are there. Reserve Bank of India, who are making this type of reports, the statisticians. Okay, this is apart from that report. You can see some time series plot there, and they are describing the situation, and they are describing from this graph. Okay, this is another. This is a histogram, that type of graph, and they are giving the information. They are giving the inference, and based on this inference, the policymakers can decide what to do. Okay, this is another picture. It's a part of that report also. You can see time series and histogram chart is there. Okay, this is another report of Agriculture Ministry annual report 2018-19. In that report, you can see several tables, numbers, percentage, mean, etc. Okay, so that are based on statistics. I just mentioned the use of statistics only. Okay, when we come to the research in the COVID-19 scenario, the one of the important research article published in the Nature journal. Okay, that is Lymphopenia predicts disease severity of COVID-19, a descriptive study and a predictive study. What is descriptive study? That is actually statistics study. What is predictive study? It's a type of statistics study mainly based on regression analysis. Okay. After publication, they got 19K readers access, 119 citations. Citation means this paper is used for preparing another paper. That is actually citation. The researchers cite this paper as a reference. 19K access. Though the people are curious about the statistical study. Okay, this is a book recently published, Stochastic Models in Reliability Engineering. In this book, one of the chapter is written by myself and my research student, and we have incorporated a statistical analysis for this report, for this paper. Only based on this statistical analysis, they have accepted to publish in that book that is available in website for the details. So to publish or to prepare good report or to publish in high quality journals or high quality books, we should have do some statistical analysis. Okay, that is what I am saying, or what I am trying to say. Okay, so I have given you some pictures, and I have given you some website information and some information about Government of India, Ministry, State Government Department, etc. I think you got a little idea, or you got some idea about this development of Indian statistics as in the current situation. Okay. Now, as a student or as a researcher, we should address some problems. Okay, what are the problems? What are the basic statistical analysis tools? We don't know actually what tool we have to do in this situation, in this problem. What tool we have to do? We don't know. Many researchers asking which test, ANOVA or man whiteny test, or t-test, or chi-square test. How to test? That means which software we have to use, etc. So that type of question we are facing in regularly in recent days. So what is the interpretation of this analysis? This is another question we are facing. Is a particular test is possible for my research or my project? Sometimes you may ask that type of question. What test, teacher, sir? What test we have to use? Okay, so we should discuss some important statistical tools. And researchers are usually asking how we get a publication in peer-reviewed, high-reputed journals. You know, publication is not simply a reporting of facts arising from straightforward analysis. We should have incorporate some novelty towards that. Okay. How to write reports from beginning to end? Actually, we don't know how to start, how to go ahead, how to end, especially in our project work. So that is a problem. How to conduct a good research after completing their PG courses. Some of you will try for PhD work, or try for doing PhD or doing research. So at the beginning you don't know how to do research. So to conduct a good research, we should have good knowledge in statistics. Otherwise we cannot go ahead. Okay, we cannot start from the middle. We should start from the beginning. Okay. So how can we develop new theories? There are several researchers asking for the betterment of their PhD thesis. How can we develop new theories? They are feeling that we will get PhD only after developing new theories. Sometimes it is true. At the same time, we can do different type of research for the PhD degree. So how we get advanced statistical research? Several other researchers or students or PhD students or degree students are asking how we get advanced statistical research. What are the advanced theories now? Is it central limit theorem, or is it Wick law of large number, or is there any other theory, advanced theory? So some people are asking that type of questions. Okay. So I will tell you some information about the steps involved in writing reports. So what is the basic requirement for writing a report? Define a research problem. You should have an objective. Okay. If you have an objective, you should review the related articles, or you should read the related article published in different journals, books, newspaper, etc. So that means you should conduct a review study. Okay, that means review previous research finding. So after reviewing, you will get some more idea, and you can go ahead with the research problem or your project problem. Now then you have to formulate hypothesis. This is significant, this is not significant, this is independent, this is not independent, etc. That type of hypothesis you have to create. Now then, after creating the hypothesis, you have to conduct a survey analysis study. So you have to design the research. You have to include sample design. What is the population? Maybe Kerala, all Kerala study, it may be a district study, it may be a college study, it may be a class study, whatever it is. You first of all, you have to define the population. And then you have to check whether this is homogeneous or heterogeneous. If it is homogeneous, you can directly go to the sampling procedures, simple random sampling, etc. Otherwise, you have to divide into different stratas or different clusters or different groups, etc. Then from that groups, you have to take observations. Then the next step is collection of data. How can we collect the data? You may have to prepare a questionnaire. You may have to prepare some, what is that, number of, what is that, the number of units to be sampled. You have to define before that, and then using the prepared questionnaire, you have to collect the data. Then you have to analyze. You can use statistical software like SPSS or SAS or S plus, or there are plenty of softwares available. R is there, free software. So you have to analyze the collected data. So define the problem, review the related articles, formulate the hypothesis, design the research, collect the data, analyze the data, and then finally we have to interpret it. This is the pattern of usual reports. Even in Government of India, in census or in any scientific studies, this is the usual methodology. Okay. So what are the sometimes several researchers are asking what are the tests we have to use, what are the measures we have to use, what are the comparison analysis we have to use. There are several doubts in this regard. So I am focusing on some basics of the fundamental analysis tools. Okay. First one is, after getting a data, we have to give a measure of central tendency. We should what are different measures of central tendency? Mean is there, median is, mode is there. So you can use frequency table diagrams, graphs. Apart from that, you can use mean, median, mode, etc. The variable, the data collected, if the variable for the data collection was a scale variable or continuous variable, you can compute mean, median, mode, etc. Okay. So you know what is the relevancy of mean? What is the relevancy of mean? Mean is actually a central value. Okay. Mean is actually a central value. It will give us some idea about the population. If you look at this figure, galaxy, you can see one central value, and you will get some idea about that group. Okay, that is, the data is centered about that white spot. You can say that data is centered about that white spot. Okay, that galaxy is centered about that white spot. Similarly, you can interpret the data is concentrated about the central value. Median is another measure of central tendency. You know well. I think you will get more information from fundamental books. I'm not elaborating all these ideas, but median is the another measure of central tendency. Okay. Another is mode, more frequent value. You can see 10, 15, 20. 20 is the highest frequent value. You can find out the mode. Mode is the highest frequent value. Okay. So there are different properties I have mentioned in this slide, that important properties. I am not reading all these things. You know. Anyway, you can use this slide for your study. So another measure is measure of dispersion. So we have to use measure frequency tables, graphs, diagrams, and some measures of central tendency to describe your data, okay, or describe your problem. So the second thing is measure of dispersion. to know about the variability of observation, you should measure the dispersion. What are the measures? Range is one of the measure, and mean deviation is another measure, and standard deviation is another measure. You can see in this figure, from the central value, the frequency histogram is going down. That means more data is concentrated in 5 and followed by 4 and 6, etc. So you can feel some dispersion from the central value. Some data are dispersed from the central value. So that can be measured using standard deviation. Standard deviation is the most most important and measure of. Hello. Okay. Another is measure of asymmetry. That is skewness and kurtosis. You might have studied in your degree classes. You can see in the middle figure a symmetry is there, and a skewness can be observed in the left and right figures. This is a kurtosis, measure of flatness. You have to use measure of flatness. Then this is the first. Up to this, you can say these are first information of the data: frequency table, graphs, mean, median, mode, measures of dispersion, skewness, and kurtosis. Well, in order to compare two populations, we should use the testing of hypothesis tools. You have null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. So you can use for example, if you see in this figure, you can see a bell-shaped symmetric curve. Okay, that means the data is almost normally distributed. So you can use, if the data is like this, if data show this pattern, you can use the parametric test. So what is the fundamental requirement for conducting a parametric test for testing of hypothesis? It should be normally distributed. So first of all, we have to plot the histogram, draw a bell curve. If it is bell shaped, then it may be coming from normal population. To verify that, to ensure that, you have to draw PP plot and QQ plot, as we can see in the right side. If it is going through the straight line, 45-degree straight line, you can ensure that the data might be normally distributed. Again, to confirm, verify first information, verify and confirm. To confirm, you can do the Kolmogorov-Smirnov test, normality test. These are the equations. I am not reading all these things for the comparison of mean. This is another, this is again t-test. This is t-test, z-test, t-test. Z-test and t-test are using for comparing means of two populations. And this is again two sample t-test. This is comparison of variance. And okay, so and then you can see in the okay, so these tests are parametric tests. These tests, we can use these tests only when the data is normally distributed. Okay. And this is the sign test. So the sign test is, say, non-parametric test. If the data is not normally distributed, we can conduct sign test to test a population mean, to test equality of two population, only when the population is not normally distributed. And WILCOXEN MANN WHITENY test is there. This is a alternative to t-test and z-test. When data is not normally distributed, we have to use this test when data is not normally distributed to compare two population, two distribution. Okay, and this is the hypothesis and the formulas corresponding to the F test. Okay, to compare the variance of two population, we can use F test. This is the fundamental of analysis of variance. Analysis of variance can be done only when the random variables are normally distributed. This is used for comparing means of several populations. Actually, we are comparing several populations. Okay, so this is the ANOVA table. This is an example. I am not reading due to the time limit. This is two-way analysis of variance. We can compare two hypotheses simultaneously. Column means are equal, row means are equal. So simultaneously you can compare two means. Okay. Two-way ANOVA. This is an example of two-way analysis of variance. Using this F value and by comparing with the table value, you can say the hypothesis, this hypothesis accepted or rejected based on the F value here. Or you can use P value from the statistical softwares. This is a KRUSKAL WALLIES test. This is alternative to ANOVA. When the random variable is not normally distributed, we have to shift from ANOVA and we have to alternatively use KRUSKAL WALLIES test. So when the distribution is not normally distributed, we can compare several populations using KRUSKAL WALLIES test. Okay. So this is the so up to now we have seen some important measure to describe the first information and compare two or many populations. Okay, this is another concept. This is a regression concept. To conduct a predictive study, as we have seen in the research article mentioned in the one of the previous slide. In order to conduct a predictive study, we should conduct regression analysis. So the pattern you can see, as X increases, Y also increases. So you can take a pattern, you can derive a pattern that is straight line, and you can do analysis. This is the figure of multiple regression. A dependent variable depends upon two independent variable. Then you can see this type of pattern. So you can predict the future value using that pattern. So that are the basic fundamental statistical tools regularly we are using. There are plenty of tools available in literature, but these are the tools we are usually using. Okay, this is one of the report of Reserve Bank of India. They have used several statistical tables. This is another table. Here you can see some regression study. You can see beta naught, beta 1, beta etc. Some type of regression they have used. So what type of regressions you have seen? Polynomial regression, generalized linear model, discrete binomial regression, binary regression. Several regressions are there. Several research are going on different type of regressions. You can see the Journal of Sankhya, Journal of Indian Statistical Institute, Sankhya. You can see hundreds of research articles are there, mainly concentrated on the regression analysis. Okay. So in that journal, especially you can see several articles in the area of regression, different type of regressions. This is time series data in the RBA report. You can see another time series data. They are giving the interpretation, they are giving the prediction, everything. This is another time series data. This is another analysis, the what is that? Factor analysis. In order to identify the influence or in order to reduce the contribution of number of variables, or in order to identify the main factors influencing in our study, we have to do factor analysis. Okay, for example, here you can see an example. A person is having different scorings in different items: 100-meter run, long jump, short put, high jump, 400-meter run, 100-meter run, hurdles, discus, pole vault, javelin, 1500 run, etc. And using some statistical tools, you can compute factor analysis tools. You can compute these factor loadings, and you can see that all events except 1100-meter run have positive, large positive loading on the first factor. 0.6, 0.7, 0.7, 0.7, 0.6, 0.5, 0.5, 0.7, 0.5. Only 100-meter run have 0.2. So large high loading shows that he has a general athletic ability. That means all the items up to 9 is the general athletic ability. So you can say that the factor influencing scoring the general this type of athletic items is the general athletic ability of the candidate. So how can we obtain that information? Using factor analysis. In the second factor, F2, you can see that 400-meter run and 1500-meter run. 400-meter run, and this is 0.549, and in 1500-meter run 0.749 are having high loading. Okay, so that may be due to the ability of running ability. So that factor can be named as running endurance. So in this way you can identify the exact factor of winning strategy, or the what is that exact factor influencing the winning of a particular athlete. Okay, can be done using statistical factor analysis. I think you can see this type of analysis in research, PhD research. You may not be able to do this analysis or this type of statistical tools without having in-depth analysis without having in-depth knowledge in statistics. So normally we can see this type of analysis in research and research papers. So what are the advances? We have discussed till now the current situation and the tools used for reports, or normally we are using the tools we have discussed up to the last slide. So what are the advances are going on now? You know the theory of law of large numbers, and you know the theory of central limit theorem. There are I have already mentioned that there are plenty of regression study going on, and modeling of certain problems. When I go to a research seminar or research conference, we will get several information about the recent advanced studies. So that information can be obtained from the conferences or seminars. So in as a latest information, you know, I mentioned you SRS Vardhan, not RS, actually it is SRS. SRS Vardhan, the former faculty of Indian Statistics Institute, obtained the Abel Prize, that is actually equivalent to Nobel Prize for the mathematics. You know, in mathematics there is no Nobel Prize. So instead of Nobel Prize we have Abel Prize. So that Abel Prize is obtained for the principle of large deviation principle by SRS Vardhan. SRS Vardhan is the one and only one mathematician who obtained Abel Prize from India. Okay, so what was the principle? Large deviation principle. In probability theory, the theory of large deviations concerns the asymptotic behavior of the remote tails of sequence of probability distributions. Okay, it is actually theory behind the tail event of the probability. So that theory is developed by the Indian statistician SRS Vardhan. So he obtained the Abel Prize. So that is a advanced theory we should have thorough knowledge in law of large numbers, central limit theorem and probability theory to even understand this concept. Okay, you can see several applied statistics and probability theories, and for getting that type of information you should go through the advanced journals, high quality journals. You know, this is one of the high quality journal, advances in applied probability. This is published by Cambridge University Press. You can download the most recent research articles from this journal. Likewise, you can see some other journals too. For example, Advances in Statistics, Advances in Probability, American Mathematical American Statistical Journal of American Statistical Association, Multivariate Analysis. That are very high quality journals. So in that high quality journals you can see the recent works. You can see several papers in large deviation theory, especially in this type of journals, because large deviation theory is emerging now. Okay, you know, the SRS Vardhan, now he is in Korat Institute of Mathematical Sciences, America. He's researching there. Main focus of the research is large deviation, and after him there are plenty of researchers working on that field. Okay, you can see their papers, their articles in these journals. If you have accessibility, you can access that journals. This is another website, Institute of Mathematical Statistics. They are publishing different journals. The Annals of Statistics, that is the Annals of Statistics, aims to publish research papers of high quality reflecting many facts of contemporary statistics. Primary emphasis is placed on importance and originality. So original articles, you can see number of original articles, original research in these journals. I'm showing only one or two or three journal websites. You can see you can search in Google and you can have many journals like this using Google search. Now I should mention the latest emerging trend, that is data science. You know, most of the American universities in statistics department or in computer science department or jointly, they have started MS course in statistics. Yes, the specialization is data science. Sometimes they call it as MS data science. In some university it called like MS in statistics, specialization data science. In India, in some universities, some colleges have already started degree, BVoc and PG program in data science. This is one of the emerging field in the area of statistics. This is the website of Harvard University, American University. You can see data science. Data science, they are providing courses in data science, and the students from statistics, mathematics or computer science, they are selecting the students from mathematics, statistics or computer science. That is a combined course, not only pure mathematics, not only pure statistics, not only pure computer science. That is a interdisciplinary course. So it has many applications, or it has many job opportunity in multinational companies. So that is why the new emerging field, data science, we are discussing. Okay, so this is some examples only. You can refer different universities. You can search for the details of this type of courses. I think most of the universities in America started this data science course. That may be due to the importance of that course in the industry. Okay, in India it is emerging now. At the same time, in India, you know, if we study a data science course, we will get the job in multinational companies, but we cannot go for the government jobs now. But the government may think about that and may prepare new policies to accommodate this type of accommodate for the higher studies for the students from this type of courses that we can see in future. Okay, this is another that I have already shown. Okay, now I would like to conclude because it is almost 1 hour, more than 1 hour. Okay, anyway, I will stop soon. I am again showing this figure because we have started from this building. Our Prime Minister motivated Professor P.C. Mahalanobis along with Indira Gandhi. They have given all support for starting Indian Statistical Institute, starting ministries, for starting different departments, etc. So really, he is a father. He is a father of Indian statistics because he has started all these initiatives. He is the key person behind that. So being a statistician, being a student, or being a researcher, being a teacher or officer, research officer, we have to think about him and we have to remember his contributions. And being a student, you can go with statistics. You can study statistics well. You can try for statistics jobs. You can try for research. PhD is there. You can become a good teacher. You can become an ISS officer, or you can become a research officer, etc. So if you love statistics, that is my suggestion to you. If you love statistics and acquire deep knowledge in statistics, you will get plenty of opportunities as to become a statistician or to get appointed in different central or state ministries, to do high quality research, to become a researcher, teacher, to become a ISS officer, to become a research officer, or to become a statistical analyst or data analyst in multinational companies, etc. Okay, these are some sources I have used for the preparation of this slide. Okay, thank you.